going on, guys? Smooth Racing here, back with a brand new video, and today we've got our Great Autosport Weekly Update, Episode 3. This is the third week of doing these updates, and there are only 5 weeks to go until the launch on the 27th of June in the United Kingdom and the 24th of June in America. So then the main focus of this week was on the endurance racing, and that's where we'll be starting the news off then. And what can you expect from endurance racing? We can expect large grid sizes, up to 16 cars offline and 12 players online, much like touring cars. Long high-speed races featuring tyre wear up to 40 minutes long, which is pretty impressive, but probably about a 50% race on F1. Obviously another Codemasters game, so you'd expect them to be doing that well, and 40 minutes is pretty good, considering most racing games don't really have that, so it's a good feature Grid Autosport have implemented into the game, and indeed endurance racing. AI run multiple strategies, which is always good to see. Cars of similar or predefined specification, sports-tuned vehicles with lots of grip, practice qualifying and race format, rolling starts, and focusing on nighttime races, which means they will be focusing on nighttime racing, but does not mean that there won't be any day racing, because there is. And right about now, you should be seeing a full list of all the cars they have announced. A few absent there. I think people really want to see a bit more LMP1 cars, but I still think it's a pretty good list with some great classic cars, and I'm really, interested to see that car list. And I think probably the first one I'll be playing with is a Lola B12 /80, but you can let me know down in the comments which endurance car will you be playing first, and which one do you think they should have put in the game that isn't on that list. Moving on to the next piece of news then, and it is a new team has been announced, Team Kicker. We've had Oakley Motorsports and Raven West Motorsport, and now Kicker has joined those two. This is the third team to be announced, and they've come up with the primary disciplines are endurance, touring and open wheel. About now you should see all the drivers to watch. They're all looking pretty good, and also the team colours look really nice. Those black and yellow, definitely my favourite team colours so far. Definitely, I think, but a bit better than Oakley Motorsport and Raven West. A really nice design, and also the cars look very good. We've seen them a lot in most of the screenshots already, so I was kind of expecting a further announcement of this in this week, and that's what we got. And you can see now the full driver roster. I'll just count it. I think, yeah, 16 drivers. I think, if I'm right in saying that 16 drivers have been announced, to add to all the AI drivers from Oakley Motorsport and Raven West. Now it's getting a massive driver roster for Grid Autosport, which is really good to see from the AI side of things. Moving on to the Grid Autosport at MCM. The MCM London Comic Con that you can go and play Grid Autosport at. A really good opportunity and a really good thing that they've done this year, because I think the main focus of this year was to really get the community going, and that's what the Codemasters really specialise in, having so many Codemasters and their community really interact very well together. I'm on the list and I get updates regularly from Lee Williams, who's at Codemasters, and that's really good to see, from able to do that. He does it with all content creators, so that's really good to see. And if you do go down then to London Comic Con, they're at stand 441, definitely worth going to. Sadly I can't make it, but it'd be a great opportunity if any of you can. And if you are going, then please let me know down in the comments. So mainly, what can you play then? We can play touring cars at Hockenheim, street race at San Francisco, open wheel race at Yamaha, or I think it's Amara, not quite sure how you pronounce that. Endurance race at Sepang, and then a drift event at Yas Marina. And we haven't really seen much of the drift cars, so it'll be interesting. Maybe if you guys who do go, please send me a report of the what you thought of the drift cars, because we haven't seen much about them. And mainly, when is that? And then, well, I'll just look now, and I think that is on Sunday at some point. Didn't actually say when it is, but anyway, it's at Comic Con. I'm sure you guys can look it up and you'll know when it is. And I've also enclosed a map of where you can find Grid Autosports, because of course it's a massive place, and hopefully you guys will enjoy it and can get tickets at the London Comic Con website. But then finally, the final part and the final bit of news we have this week is about the online racing and vehicle progression, and the main focus then, it's been a huge focus for them on multiplayer as always, and it's very distant from career mode, so you'll be getting a very distant, definitely very different from career mode, which is very good to see. Getting my words a bit mixed up then, sorry about that. 5 disciplines, which I'm sure you've all heard of, about, probably sick of hearing about those disciplines now. And we get more XP you gain from the car, you get to upgrade. So, you know, if you're using the same car consistently in multiplayer, then that car will improve in performance and you'll get more XP, which can get upgrades as well. Wear and tear is a massive factor if you do crash a car. It will affect you in the next race, but I presume that will just wear off over time. You get less assists means more XP, so those drivers wanting to turn off the assists get rewarded, but also those who are new to the game will be putting on the assists, and that's perfectly fine, but you just won't gain as much XP. There's a one-to-watch feature in multiplayer where you go into the lobby, and before it there'll be someone to watch, and if you are that one to watch and you do win, then you do get even more XP. And how you gain that status of one to watch is consistently getting on the podium and definitely being one of those drivers, quite literally, to watch in the race. You can also vote to kick players who are causing trouble, which is also a good feature, and you know, no surprise that that's in the game. And also corner cutting, like last year, if you do cut a corner, your car will be ghost and slow down. But anyway, then that brings a roundup to all the news this week from the third week of news of doing this series about Grid Autosport, and I'm really excited for the launch, which is 5 weeks away, as I said, and I suspect that this week we'll be hearing about another discipline, and that's either going to be, I think, street racing, maybe tuno drift or single seaters. And fingers crossed it's single seaters because I really want to hear more about that. But anyway, we will see this week, and be sure to tune in next weekend as I round up another week's news of Grid Autosport. But I'm Miss Racing, and I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.